All right, everybody, welcome to the WIRA Daily Market Update. So, what a day in the markets. We started up about 250, 260 points in the Dow, gave a lot of it back. Then we had a nice sharp bounce in the late afternoon today. Interesting trade going on here. It looks like what's happening is, your big money trades are coming in, they're setting the tone. With their overnight placement, things like that. A lot of that happens in the first 15, 20 minutes of the market, right? And then your retail traders step in. What do we know about the retail trade? Well, it's wrong a little bit over 90% of the time. So what happens is that retail trade's so skittish and it's so nervous that uh, what happens is they start either the volume sucks out and it trickles down and they start unwinding positions. They get very skittish over the last 6-7 weeks, right? With um, the trade news, all the volatility, how green bars are just engulfed by red bars. Remember May, 5 straight weeks of selling. And so they get skittish. And so what happens is every time they see a green bar, they think it's a short opportunity. Well, right now you should be building and you should be riding winners, which is pretty much what we're doing. Let's pop on over to the chart scene. We were watching Bitcoin today. It was another exciting day on Bitcoin. It's at about 10,321 right now. But you can see a lot of momentum coming out of it on the year chart and stuff. It's an interesting trade. We stick by what we say on Bitcoin, that be careful with it. You should own a coin just in case it does go to 1 million. But other than that, just stay away from it because we think it's still a bubble and we think it's proving it again, especially when you look at this chart. Let's extend that bad boy. That was your big run to 20K there, and ever since then it's been kind of a punishing trade. Now we had this big breakout. That's a nice cup and handle here, but look at that handle. How it just got crazy around that 10,000 once it got over 10,000. We think if it doesn't hold 10,000, it's probably going to come back and retest maybe about that 6,500 level. We'll see, though. We never know with Bitcoin, right? Does anybody really know with Bitcoin? Our CRM trade, we got good love today on our CRM trade for you guys that are following along. Nice little rebound off that bottom we've been talking about where it tested that bottom. A good bounce there. Looks like we're pushing that second Fibonacci level there, and we're right on the cusp of a breakout. So we'll see how this follows through. It was a good day for the stock today. You can see it popped up early as about almost 155, but it got a little soft during the day. You can see that big trench there, but nice strong close. Would have been nice to close over the high of the day, but getting over that 154 was good. Yeah, we talked to you. We entered that QQQ trade a couple days ago. Now we entered this one a little early, so we got in on a little sag. So we're just under break even on this one right now, but we're right at 195 with about 12 days to go on this. So we're feeling good about that one. Our XLV trade, we've been talking about this for a couple months now. We're in some leaps. This thing is just really coming along. So you guys that are following along, we're going to hold on to this. We're at some 125 leaps all the way out to 2021, and they're already a little profitable. Our oil trade started coming alive today. A nice bounce there, but unfortunately, a little trickle down action the rest of the day. But, it caught a little bounce there. And look at that chart. It's been a nice stair step the last few days. So let's see if that continues. We're going to stay with that play. We're in some $20 calls out to the end of the month. What's our other trade here? Yeah, we got our steel trade, right? Our steel trade started getting some good love this morning. You can see like a lot of stocks, right? A lot of love this morning, then just kind of a trickle down. And then it was that afternoon effort that decided the winners and losers. But you can see this has been another one. Nice stair step off that bottom. It looks like everything's continuing. Everything's all systems go on this. We're out in some leaps on this one at about $25. But even these are about break even right now. Some of the stock ideas we've talked about. Remember when we were telling you buy GE? It was a screaming buy under $10. That thing's just pushing up now too. So those of you that got into that, congratulations. We got a bunch of GE that we're sitting on under $10. Other than that, the Micron, we bought some Micron shares. We had that losing share trade, that losing option trade last Friday with these Microns. So we went ahead and bought some shares, and we're happy we did. We got them about $32, $33, and we're pushing $40 already. So that's a nice little trade. If you jumped in that trade, make sure you watch your profits. And then our other new option play, which we opened last week, was WWE. You can see this stock's been having a nice monster run here. Nice monster run. That might be looking like an ugly head and shoulders, but let's go to the year chart. There you go. Looks more like a double bottom in that view, right? All right, gang. So look, that got a nice bounce off that bottom Fibonacci. Since then, it's been a nice run up. We're looking for a run up into the 80s on this one. We're sitting at some $85 calls, and we're a couple weeks out on this. All right, gang. So that does the update. Let's go check the news before we leave, in case there's anything to talk about. We got earnings season coming up, right? We got a job report on Wednesday. We've got an unemployment report on Friday, and then about 7 or 8 days after that, guess what? We roll into earnings season. So the brutal talk is getting brutal already on brutal CNBC. Not a whole lot of negative stuff to talk about today. So they're probably a little salivating on the lips for an article like that. Um, Other than that, it's just the trade news. There's a little back and forth about the Huawei thing. We'll see how it goes forward on this trade news. The G20, we got what we wanted at least, right? A holding off on these, a moratorium on these new tariffs, and also to the prospect of a deal being finalized. And so it was a big weekend in sports, right? For you sports guys, all kinds of people signing contracts. Luckiest man in the world probably won't even play next season, just sign a $140-something million contract. Must be nice, right? I wish they paid me to stay home. Anyways, let's call it a day on that note, okay, gang? It was a good market day today. We need to see how futures in the market reacts to this rally today. It was kind of a weak-need rally, right? It started up about 260 points, ended up about 100 points on the Dow. The NASDAQ closed really strong. It was up about 110, 120 points. It kind of pulled most of its gain back. The Russell's participating too. That's nice. And that VIX, again, that VIX is showing us no fear at all. So, I think it's safe to assume that the bull rally is still in progress. It's all about timing right now, where you enter trades and where you exit them. So we'll talk tomorrow, gang. That's our update for today. You guys have a great night. Don't forget, it's a short week. Wednesday's a half day in the market, and Thursday we are all off. All right, you guys have a good night.